Hello again, and welcome back to Legally Cited. This is Jesse here, aka BGFH, and I'm just back for a channel update, doing things a little bit differently this time. Usually we're looking at something on the computer, the web page, the YouTube channel, or whatever. This time I wanted to start out, not really do a full hardware review, because it's technically not mine, but just give you guys a quick glimpse at the new 2019 iPad that Apple announced in September. Riley got one of these, and so got it right here. And this is the 11-inch model, or the 10.2. I forget exactly what it is, but it's your standard size iPad. Even in 2019, the basic one, if it's not a Pro, they do still have the home button, so you still do have Touch ID if you do prefer that. And while I don't mind it on the phone, I don't mind Touch ID, or I don't mind Face ID on the phone, I actually much prefer Touch ID for the tablet. So it's kind of nice there. The other thing that this has, which ironically, if it were me, the Pro model would also have that little thing right there. Headphone jack. Yeah, they still do exist. So we got the gold version here, and let me flip it to the back here. It's basically an iPad. You have the camera, and if you are low vision and you want to use a CCTV app, or you want to use the built-in magnifier app, you may want to spring for the Pro, because the cameras in the Pros are a little better, and this one does not have, you see the camera, tiny little camera there, but it's missing something. It's missing the camera flash. So, you know, my experience has been, if it doesn't have that, you're not really going to get a great image. You can still use it for things like OCR, you can use it for KNFB Reader, you can use it for Seeing AI, all those types of things, but for like crisp magnification kind of video stuff, you're probably going to want to spring for the Pro if you want to go that way. But we got the gold backing here. Now if I zoom in right here,
to left,
hush.
low.
So this one does have a little engraving. It's accessibility for gamers, in July 1st, 2019. That's what she got engraved onto it. And a couple of basically accessibility for gamers. Got the Twitter handle and the A4G podcast, which we are both on. If you haven't followed that, I'll talk more about that in a minute. And then, of course, July 1st, 2019, the day we just, that's the first day, kind of anniversary when we started going out together. So you can get the engravings on there for free. I've seen that you can get engravings before, but I didn't know that they were free. I have just assumed that they would charge something for it. But otherwise, your iPad is pretty much the same.
To left.
Actually, is there no... You have the keyboard dock. Oh, there is no mute switch anymore. Okay, so you do have the volume buttons on this side. You've got the lock button on the top, and you do have the home button right here. Go for the spring there. Yeah, I know I don't have a passcode, but that's fine. But, you know, it's a good screen. You know, I mean, it's a new iPad screen. So it's, you know, there's not really much else to say. I mean, the iPad processors, be it a regular one or a Pro, they've been fine for a long time. You know, they don't, you'll be able to run pretty much anything that you want to do. Just if you wanted, if you're like especially low vision and you want the camera, maybe you want to go for the Pro. Otherwise, this one will suit you just fine. And I believe this one starts at like 329, but I think that's the base storage, and then you go up to, so you start at 64, you can go up to 256. I wish they didn't skip 128 for some people who kind of want a little bit more storage, but maybe not everything. But there you go. That is the new iPad 2019 edition. there's really not much to say. It's an iPad. It works. It's fine. It runs iOS 13. It does have Touch ID, and it has a headphone jack, something ironically the Pro does not have. So just wanted to show you guys that. That's why we're doing this a little bit differently. The other thing that I'm going to cover on the channel, hopefully at some point here in the near future, if I ever get around to messing with it, little teaser there for you. The mini consoles continue. Yeah, Genesis Mini. And this one, unlike the ones that they've released in the past, where like these third-party companies released them, which have been hot garbage, especially with the emulation. Yeah, this one actually, from what I've heard, does not suck. I have not hooked it up yet, but hopefully we'll do that fairly shortly. But maybe look for a video on that here at some point in the future. Keep the mini consoles going. But otherwise, channel updates. One thing that's, I don't follow it religiously or anything, but I do wish they wouldn't have changed the way they do the channel updates, or the way they do the channel tracking. You know, before it was like, oh, you could tell exactly how many subscribers you had. And I guess I forget whatever their weird reasoning was. I read it, but basically they've kind of generalized it a little bit. So instead of giving an exact number, they just kind of like seem to estimate it, like, let's say 1,700 or 17K subscribers, or 1,700 or something like that. So it doesn't give you really the exact thing, which isn't a huge deal, but it's kind of nice to know if a few people join. But I think we're hovering at about 1,700, close to 1,800, I think. But there you go. A lot of new content coming to the channel. Again, I update now Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, hopefully. Mondays are Mixer archives. If I stream those, got those on Monday. Wednesday and Saturday are just whatever. They could be VR, they could be game spotlight videos, hardware reviews, channel updates, any number of things, so you never know. But yeah, so a lot of videos out lately, a couple of cool iOS apps, some fun games. We've also had mixed things up a little bit. We've had a couple of different Mixer streams now that Riley is up here doing the chat moderation in person. She's kind of become more part of those streams and such, so you will more than likely hear her on a couple of those recently. And I've actually added another Mixer playlist. So you have the overall Mixer, illegally cited Mixer playlist. But also, we have basically Riley's mixers, because she has done 2 so far, one of which I'm probably going to release the day that I do this shorter update video. So it'll kind of be a twofer, probably this Wednesday for October. But she's done one for Sequence Storm and another one for the Veil audio game. Shout out to both developers. Both games are really good, and I want to play the full game of the Veil. Hopefully they add multiple save slots so we can each have our own profile and not have to fight over who gets to play it first. But yeah, we got a couple of those coming up, and probably going to go live later today. Have her check out the other, because there's 2 audio modes in Sequence Storm. So like I said, she'll be on the mixers a lot more. We've already thought about several other games that she could try. Maybe we'll do some together. Like I said, maybe we'll do some fighting game stuff where she can play for a little bit, and then if I get 2 controllers plugged in, duke it out, you know, a little Mortal Kombat 11 maybe. That could be fun. So you never know what you're going to see. You never know what you're going to find on Mixer, or maybe even the channel. You never know. So, like I said, you can follow the channel, youtube.com/illegally-cited. You can go to illegally-cited.com for all my projects. You can follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. You can also follow Riley at Accessibility for Gamers on Twitter, Accessibility, the number 4, Gamers on Twitter. And you can also follow the A4G podcast. It is available in some places. You can for sure listen to it on Anchor. You can hear it on Google Podcasts. Still working on getting it on things like Apple Podcasts, Overcast, and other places. I don't know why it's taking so long. I don't know why they're not doing it, but hey, definitely check it out on Anchor if you can, or if you want to get it on your favorite podcast, just contact them and request, hey, I want to hear the A4G podcast on your platform of choice. And while I'm talking about the podcast, one of the reasons you may want to check it out right now is we are having a contest. So a little while ago on the channel, a couple weeks ago, I covered a little game called Audio Wizards. And it just so happens we have a couple of codes to give away. So we have an Android code and an iOS code, and we're holding a contest until November 6th. So you want to get your entries in before then. Listen to the A4G podcast, one of the last 2 episodes. There'll be instructions in there, and I'll give them to you here too. Basically, follow Accessibility for Gamers on Twitter. Send her a direct message, and in that direct message, include an audio clip or a link to an audio file. Or if you're not sure kind of how to do it that way, you can request her email address. And basically send us a short audio clip and tell us what your favorite gaming memory is. Doesn't necessarily have to be about accessibility, but just tell us what your favorite gaming memory is. And maybe we'll do the same. We'll tell ours when we announce the winners. So, like I said, follow and direct message Accessibility for Gamers on Twitter. And we will pick a winner sometime around November 6th or the following weekend. We release those episodes every Sunday. Sometimes things get a little messed up and we have to switch things around, but we're trying to be consistent with every Sunday. So, like I said, follow the A4G podcast, enter. Like I said, if you own the game, maybe you want to get a code to send it to somebody else. Send it to another visually impaired family member or friend. Maybe you want to just show a sighted family member or friend or whoever, hey, this is what audio games are. Try this. This is something different you can try on your phone. So, and also remember to include which one you want. Which one do you prefer, Android or iOS? We have one code for each. And right now, we need entries. So if you do enter, you have a pretty high probability to win. And that's pretty much the update for this time. Like I said, we've got a lot of different videos. We had a lot of different videos coming out. We had fun. Definitely check out the Monday Mixer for this week. Had a blast. I actually figured out how to record VR, or how to stream live virtual reality with my Oculus Rift. So we had some good old October Halloween fun with some dread halls. Definitely a few jump scares there for both of us, but that was pretty fun. Otherwise, like I said, we got a lot of things coming up. November is going to be a big month for games. Unfortunately, we're not going to get Doom Eternal. We're not going to get Doom Eternal until March 20th because it got delayed. But Shenmue is real. It is coming out next month on the 19th because I have officially played the demo. I can verify that, yes, it is coming to nearing the end of its development. So we should have that next month. So a lot of content coming, both on Mixer and the YouTube channel. Going to be a lot more kind of collaboration, mixing things up. My usual stuff, probably get Riley in on some things here. You never know, but otherwise, that should do it. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, mixer.com/BGFH, and illegally-cited.com. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Till next time, we'll chat with you guys again later.
Stop recording video.